When people have reactions, post-traumatic stress disorder, yeah, there are certain reactions that go along with that. Not all of them are pleasant. When you commonly associate things with autism that are not autistic traits, things that are traits of post-traumatic stress disorder, and you want to assign it to who? Nearly all of the women that I know want to assign themselves PTSD, claim that it was men who did it to them. Meanwhile, there is no remorse for the PTSD that we endure from women pretending for free shit. Thank goodness for the women who don't do that. But there are so many that do take part that it's difficult to trust anyone. Then there's the mentally ill tag that makes you easier to victimize. It's already bad enough that you're a male, because that's used as an excuse to harm you. But then you're disabled on top of it, and that's used as an excuse to harm you. And then you're homeless on top of it, and that's used as an excuse to harm you. You guys have nothing but excuses. Every person who told me that they didn't know how to speak out showed me they know how to speak out when they're pissed off. Oh my God, how dare Sean ever tell the truth about me? Oh, I have to throw a tantrum. Oh, poor me. Anyway, I got a couple of spots I gotta go check out. I gotta check for batteries, because I have some electronic devices that need batteries. I also need to check for a store locally that'll repair my phone. The closest I can find is Beaverton or Portland. And in order to go to one of those places, I would really feel a lot more comfortable if I rode with somebody else as opposed to having to drive this thing. On the bright side, the kayak I have on top of this, it's not a particularly pretty one. I made it myself. Tearing it apart is no problem, and reassembling it afterwards should also be no problem. Well, I'm going to have to go super slow about getting out of this lane because I need to go 2 lanes over so I can go to the grocery place. I know they got cheap batteries over there. I don't really know much of anything else. They might have steel wool, they might not. They probably don't, but it's worth checking. A lot of people have the Brillo pad type steel wool. The stuff that's already got soap in it. Well, I don't need soap because it's not going to interact well with the other stuff that I got to clean. I'm not sure if you've ever drank coffee after somebody cleaned it with dishwashing detergent, but it's fucking nasty, and the stuff they put on the steel wool is more nasty than that. Also, I don't know why it is, but it's somehow damn near impossible to wash that flavor out of anything that's plastic. The only way to really do it is to wash it out with something that's oily. And if you wash it with something that's oily, you have to use liquid detergent to get stuff off, and then the liquid detergent is, of course, going to make everything smell funny, and that's going to make it taste funny. It's odd having senses, isn't it? Sense of smell being so closely related to your sense of taste? I didn't make it very far, did I? My phone tends to die in this store, but I'll take it in anyway. Oh well. Scrubbing nuts and berries and wash my clothes. I stink to high heaven. Jeez, if only I could find my damn lighter. There it is. The problem with most of y'all, you have no imagination and you have no idea what possibilities there are if you get off your ass and stop making excuses like a punk ass little bitch. I'll be nice. I am nice. Mostly. I'm tired of my friends becoming corpses over your greed. I say your greed because even though you bitching that you fighting over scraps, the fact is you fighting other broke people over them scraps. And telling them other broke folk they don't deserve none of them scraps, only you do. That's crazy. Or stupid, depending on your definition of the term. Hopefully I don't get smacked into in the back. I don't like people being douchebags. But if I gotta be a douchebag back, so be it. It's worth it. Whatever saves lives, right? I got bear mace, so I'm covered on that. I got myself a full belly and still half of a pizza, so got that going for me. Christ. local steel wool type delivery yard, so I'll stop there next. After that, I guess I'll head up to Safeway if they don't have it. If they do have some, then I'll forget about Safeway and go straight to the library.
We can try. We don't have personal travelers, so I can try. What are you looking for?
wooden yardsticks. I don't know why I keep wanting to say Walmart. Probably because I was thinking all day long, if there was a fucking Walmart here, I wouldn't have to go to 30 different places to do my shopping. Ugh. I don't do the cute little chibi faces. Forgive me for that. I also don't have pink hair. Forgive me for that. Although there's a male version, a masculine version, and women are allowed to partake as well. Thank goodness for the Maori, right? Make your eyes real big. Look down at them. Very much a Maori thing. Well, that guy kind of stared at me nice. He's got that guy there, orange shirt, driving a Power Ram 250 Cummins turbo diesel. I'm pretty sure that's the stepfather from when that 14-year-old girl got assaulted. What are the chances of him pulling up next to me in this parking lot of all parking lots? Well, they're pretty good if you work construction, because I like coming to places like this, and a construction worker may have to come here every day. Not sure if y'all noticed, but I'm pretty much a ginormous goddamn douchebag. Walking around in my hands all day talking shit. Hear your opinion? Hell, I can smell it from here. I do want to have me a cigarette, but I am not going to do it at the lumberyard. I should probably put the second covering on my boat, but I left the adhesive up at the storage unit. I do have to make sure that I get my what's that called? The phone card. And that poor guy didn't know what to do there. I am a shitty fucking driver. Jesus, that guy is a lot less of a scared driver than I am. Come on. Here I go. Here I go. Here I go. Here I go. Now I need a spare wire from pretty much anywhere, and that's easy to find. Right. Following the leader, the leader, the leader, follow the leader wherever you dee-dum, dee-dee, dee-dum, dee-day, dee-dum, dee-dee, dee-diddly-dum, dee-day, dee-dum, dee-dee, diddly-dum, dee-day, diddly-dum, diddly-dum, dee-day. gentleman that I had an issue with was parked over there where the one shady spot is. And since one of them gentlemen came over and, of course, spoke to me as if I were a human being, well, I don't mind letting them have their spot, not being greedy. And even though the other young man, Austin, I haven't spoken with again, if I do speak to him again, it'll be like a human being unless he takes some offense to that. This right here is the good stuff. Works excellent for making rust. Works excellent for cleaning your silverware and such like that. Bring it down to a near mirror polish if you have to do it by hand. And if you have to do it with a curve board, which a curve board is exactly what it sounds like. It's a board that's curved. You put some of this in between the curve board and whatever situation or surface you're trying to buff, and you just slide it back and forth. It's amazing. It also works excellent for starting rockets. You need a 9-volt battery and at least 60 foot of cord, electrical cord, of course, because, well, you want to be a safe distance away from whatever you're launching. Now, I do have to make sure y'all bear in mind that although it's common sense that should explain this to most of you, what goes up is going to come down. So, just because you have a blast shield in front of you, if you have a blast shield in front of you, doesn't mean you're not going to get hit. Also, just because you have a rocket with a parachute does not mean that the parachute is going to deploy properly. You might want to ask some of those peoples who literally their only job is to pack parachutes for the military. By the way, all 4 branches have their own airborne troops. Hello, this is Sean Schwartz.
Hi, Sean. I'm Lana, the Behavioral Health and Medicine at Tillamook County Community Health Centers. How are you doing?
I'm still breathing.
Oh, well, good. That's better than that, I guess, you know? Okay, well, I was just calling to follow up with you about that application that I had resubmitted to Care Oregon. They told me that they still have not received it on their end. So unfortunately, I don't have any new news, but they did tell me that I can go ahead and call back again in the morning tomorrow and check in with them again. So it's just another...
Have you guys tried to resend it to a different number?
No, they confirmed that it was the fax number. It is the same fax number. It's just that they told me they had a lot of faxes coming in, and they have to upload them into their system, apparently. And then they go through it after it's been uploaded into their system. So they just haven't been able to find it in their system yet.
Yes, ma'am. You know, when I went there 7 months ago, you said Care, right?
No. This is called Care Oregon.
Oh, that's the healthcare provider.
Yeah, this is who is going to be approving the flex fund request that we had so that we can get you into the hotel.
All right, that'll work.
Yeah, so they just haven't been able to find it in their system yet, as they have very big fax requests coming through for flex funds.
Well, they're going to be getting a whole bunch more of those and a lot higher influx here in Tillamook. There's at least 4 other people that have already written in about the situation, because it's not just me that this is happening to. It's a lot of other people here.
Oh yes, we are definitely aware that there's a high need.
Well, one of the issues that a lot of people keep telling all of us here is that there's no services here, that we got to go to Portland, keep trying to push us to elsewhere, but keeping on having us go back for therapy. So, I mean, you know, for people who who are not earning enough on disability to survive for a month here, that gets very difficult. It makes it so that it's impossible to save up money to go to places like Portland.
Well,
And
yes,
then
no,
there's,
I did mention that to them too today, because they originally gave us a list of hotels in Portland that were acceptable, and I told them, well, we can't really have you go out to Portland. That doesn't seem feasible. So.
it's really not. And that's one of the things that the officers and the other services have kept on telling me, and they know that it's not feasible before they make the suggestion, yet they make it anyway because they feel like they're supposed to. But also, with nearly every service that I've been to, they tell me that they have overwhelming caseloads. Well, it's difficult for anything to get done when the majority of these places, the number one reason that they have people coming in there is because if you're an elderly person who's being taken advantage of, then you can go to the police and possibly be heard. If you have any number of issues, you can go to the police and possibly be heard. But when it's the mentally ill thing, all of a sudden none of the caseworkers know how to deal with the mentally ill. They don't know what the protocols are. They all play stupid on the protocols. And then we get run around in circles while everybody makes a profit off of the quote-unquote mentally ill. They'll ignore our physical disabilities so they can push the mentally ill thing, because that'll drag something out for easily 8 to 10 months before anybody's even allowed to push through a piece of paperwork. And that's why we're the easiest to victimize people in the country. Everybody knows how to turn in abuse against children. Everybody knows how to turn in abuse against the elderly. Everybody knows how to turn in abuse against men or against women, but nobody knows how to turn in abuse against men or the quote-unquote mentally ill or the homeless. These are all three things that make it near impossible. And that's due to bias. The laws are written well, it's just that people's bias gets in the way. So are you guys dealing with a high influx and overwhelming caseload as well?
I'm sorry?
Are you guys at TCCHC? Is that Tillamook? I have it on a letterhead somewhere in here. But are you guys experiencing that whole not enough staffing and too many people? Overwhelming caseload, I think it's called.
Well, I mean, the short staffing, we do also experience a little bit of that, but yeah, I mean, a lot of people around, everywhere are experiencing that.
Yes, ma'am. We've also got a lot of people that aren't holding on to their jobs for very long in situations like that. Like they quit before they're completely trained. When I was in Nebraska, at least 3 of the supervisors that I spoke with that had their positions less than a month didn't know what any of the jobs were that they were supposed to even do because the person that they took over for had quit before training anybody.
Wow.
Yeah. All right. Go ahead.
I was going to say, yeah, that's definitely hard.
Don't worry, those coughs aren't for me.
I didn't think that.
I think it's an ambulance. It is an ambulance. I see it now.
Oh.
All right, go ahead.
Well, yeah, so I'm sorry that I don't have any new information for you, but at least they said that most likely that it will be coming through end of day, early morning. So they said by tomorrow I should have some sort of answer or at least an update on the application.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah, of course, Sean.
Is there anything else that's needed from me today?
No. I just wanted to call and give you an update.
All right. Thank you very much. And thank you for doing it before 4 because I'd have had an anxiety attack.
No, I was able to get a hold of them early today. So, yeah.
Cool. Well, that frees up the rest of the day for me. So I'll be probably doing some work in the library and possibly getting something to drink over at the Safeway.
Okay, well, you be safe out there, and I will talk to you later once I get an update, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Be safe. Thank you. Bye.
Thanks. Bye.
Holy shit. I had 3 3 missed calls? Oh, 3 notifications. 3 missed calls. Huh. And today is Thursday, so I believe it's Thursday. Yep, Thursday, June 1st. Yeehaw, huh?